Born analog, we become digital through the power of electricity and the constant need to be immersed in a great story. Welcome to our discussion. My name is Ben. Thank you for joining us. We are the fanatics of film.
We are. That we are.
And we've got my friend Neil Olson over here.
Great to be here tonight.
This guy.
Glad I made it.
Thanks for coming. I'm glad you could ride your tricycle here.
Oh, man. It's a good thing I put some snow tires on that thing.
Yeah, you're going to need it.
Yep. I'll need some skids as well.
I also got my friend Joseph Limbaugh.
I was going to do one of those spit things, but I didn't want to mess everything up. But how you doing? Happy Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hey.
Okay, so just before we get to the nitty-gritty and the dark and dreary, just wanted to really talk quickly about Bright. Just something that did you even get a chance to check this out?
Do we want to do a recap, or like a 2017, or are we heading straight?
We're gonna do that.
Close that out.
Close that out.
Yeah, we'll do that. That's a great idea. We'll do that close out. So
sorry.
No,
sorry about that.
Are you kidding me? No, it's fine. So
way to jump the gun.
Way to just throw the
We can fix it in
marker
post.
there.
It's okay.
So just really, the reason why I bring this up because it is a brand new show, and it was something that I was actually anticipative about because I am a fan of David Ayer. I did love like his whole take on, I actually did like Fury a lot, and
Fury was good.
Yeah, and I was a big fan of. I'm really tired.
You have a thing here. You can look
I
it up.
know.
Notes.
No,
Notes.
I'm a fan of sleep,
Notes.
regeneration, and
I haven't gotten around to seeing Bright yet. It was on my Netflix queue, but I got sidetracked by that the Toys That Made Us documentary series on Netflix.
I like it.
It was really good.
I have to check that
Did
out.
you get a chance to see?
I haven't, man. And quite honestly, I'm glad that we're doing a little year-end wrap-up and kind of getting some anticipation for 2018. But yeah, as much as we're packing into this one, the one thing I haven't done this week is watch movies or TV other than, say, some Elf.
Yeah, good
and
choice.
Santa Claus 3, because that's
Santa
when the
Claus
real
3?
magic happens.
Very Harold and Kumar
But-
Christmas for me.
No, I really wanted to see it, and
Christmas Vacation.
I will still get to it
It's
because
fine. It's
regardless.
you don't need to, and none of you.
Oh, but I'm gonna.
need to either because it's actually I actually did kind of enjoy it. It has the Lethal Weapon, cop buddy flair to it that I really thoroughly enjoy.
Yeah, but didn't Will Smith already do that with 3 Men in Black movies? I'm just saying.
But this was hardcore, man. It had a lot of like the 80s action to it. Joel Edgerton was actually a really likable character, even
I'm
though
sure.
modern day orc and very. For what it's worth,
you do.
It was a somewhat original idea, like you said.
Do you remember?
No one did this thing ever, but
What was it you said? That Lethal Weapon meets
The Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
and you were like no one said ever. Or
Just
something.
like said no one ever.
Yeah.
You know what this reminded me of, though, too? Is before I got to, you guys remember the show Alien Nation?
Oh, yeah, I have Alien
that's
Nation.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up because that, in and of itself, that whole beginning premise is the whole story of it is great. There's a lot of elements that could be discussed a lot, racism and things like that. And you have your orcs, you have your elves, you have all these different types of people who live
better than every other subspecies, fantasy species.
Yeah. Anyway, it's just the effects are awesome. Right. Like you've got this, burned out people, and the elf FBI guy. This is the elf FBI guy.
I thought he was going to Hot Topic for a minute.
Yeah, he just got back.
Okay. Just to answer your question, like Alien Nation, yeah. I love the movie.
Had the buddy cop thing.
Yeah.
I got the whole series on
racism.
DVD.
Well, not racism, but planetarism.
Yeah,
Or,
speciesism.
yeah, speciesism.
It's a word. Hey, there's Joel.
Was the Alien Nation TV series, was that linked to the film, or is that
it's a spin-off of the film, but they kind of
they are connected somewhat.
The pilot kind of retells the film story in a different
Right.
way, so that you're not going, hey, how come these are different actors? Because there's no way that James Caan and Mandy Patinkin were doing a TV show. But yeah, no, and then there were 5 TV movies that wrapped it up too. So I mean, honestly that's what I first thought of when I saw this was like Alien Nation, but with the supernatural. fantasy twist as opposed to aliens. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
I really like Joel.
it was a great idea. The problem is that the script was just not there, not happening.
Well, it looked like it didn't know if there was a. From what I saw in the trailer, is it a comedy action film?
That's
is
what
it
they're
more
trying
of just a serious action film?
They're trying to combine all these different elements. Like they're trying to it's trying to make like an action comedy. Like so much of it felt like Training Day because he wrote Training Day, etc. So whatever. But it had that feeling of dark elements.
That's a tough balance, man.
Yeah, and it's he's bringing all these elements together. So, but I think they figured out how to do it. It's just they just need to write better dialogue because I thought it was just really really fun. There was tons of 80. I mean, like let's just move on.
So is it based in the 80s then?
No,
it's in the
no.
present,
But what I
So it's in
mean,
the
is it the same flair of like just badass? Like I mean, the sense
Yeah,
you
the
get here.
80s cop show.
It's but then you have this. So
What is that?
that's the L cries.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding.
I don't.
the
What do you
L
say?
cries.
How many episodes did you get into?
This
just a movie.
It's a 1
I thought
hour
it was a
and
full
hour and a half
season of
film.
something.
No, it's just
One
a
movie.
Yeah.
It's okay. Doesn't matter. So I don't know.
was
Sorry, these are
excited
just
for that.
screenshots. But my favorite part was Numi Rapace. She literally stole. You guys know Numi Rapace?
Who?
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Prometheus what?
But she's the villain. She's this evil elf queen bitch who just takes over and
Kind of what she looked like
and-
in the girl who kicked the thing with the
Kicked the
Danish.
bucket
The girl who
with
kicked
the
the Danish
hornets
detective
in the-
novel.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
But she's a badass. She like has some great moments, and then you have like your
So who else is in this movie?
Orc King. There's Orc King.
Besides the Fresh Prince and Joel Edgerton and Naomi Rapace, who else is in this movie?
I don't remember all the cast. I should have actually had gotten that together, but they're
Notes.
honestly, there's just a bunch of brand new people. This, she's a bright, so she has like, she's got force powers, so there's that in there. No, it's like if you're a bright, you have one of the coolest parts of this film is that like anyway, no spoilers, sorry guys, but this is all just from the trailer. So
just to clarify, we're not. Spoilers may happen, just so that you proceed with caution.
Yeah. We're gonna. This is all just spoiler crap. So anyway, but so the wand, there are magic wands, and they're like it's like a nuclear bomb apparently. So they're just extremely powerful, and if you touch the wand, you could die, etc. So there's just a lot of cool like fantasy elements that are put in this modern 2017 action world. That's kind of cool. So I mean, stuff like this, just like really, really cool. It's really reminded me of the 80s action stuff. Just really, really like Die Hard and stuff like that. So maybe we were praise kicking butt with anyway. Just really.
I'm sorry.
No, it's definitely worth a look, man. Regardless of how
It's just his face. That's all.
forgettable you may say or not worth it, but I mean.
Yeah, I'll definitely check. Like I said, it's in my Netflix queue.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It was just brand new, and it was a fun few minutes.
Came out just in time for the holiday vacation too.
That's right.
All right, so
Happy Kwanzaa to everybody, by the way. Let's see here. Not a lot of people I'm overly familiar with. Kenneth Cho was on The Last Man on Earth for a season. Yeah, not a lot of people.
yeah, there are a lot
Margaret
of
Cho.
a lot of really young brand new talent. It seems that way.
This Ike Barinholtz looks familiar, but the name doesn't catch me. Okay, cool.
Excellent.
So anyway, I just wanted to quickly go over that. Like, don't hold the script to the whatever. Don't.
What
feel
you're saying
like,
is, if you go in there kind of just for light entertainment, it's gonna make you happy.
so
Don't expect greatness. There will be no Criterion edition of Bright. Just saying. There, could be a Scream Factory edition somewhere down the line.
and honestly, like, we're gonna add this to our and more anticipated stuff from 2018, of course. But I just wanted to quickly touch on Krypton and just kind of the cool stuff that's coming from that. I was going to pull a bunch of images from the comics, from the Krypton comics, and just think that like but I just didn't have time.
Yeah, but this isn't based on any particular.
Right? No, I figured that.
It's just David S. Goyer needing a paycheck. I mean, it's.
So so you're not even excited about this at all?
Well, I don't see the point in watching a show that's set 100 years before any characters from the DC continuity. 200 years before any characters from the DC continuity are involved. I mean, it's felt like they just slapped the name Krypton on there just to get. Because it's Superman, people will watch it, but it's. I mean, it could have just been called anything. It's a sci-fi.
It could be cool in the way of just seeing, if they can work it in a timeline fashion to where you're seeing the basically the precursor to the destruction of Krypton.
Yeah, I think it would take them like 10 seasons to get there.
I mean, if they did like a Battlestar Galactica type of thing where it was just like set for 5 years or set for 3-season kind of run to where they have a beginning and an end.
That's a bad example.
Oh yeah.
Man.
But I'm saying at least
Ronald D. Moore, you should have stuck with Carnival.
You just these some of the art direction looks pretty amazing. I was really taken back by this.
You haven't seen in Blade Runner.
I happen to really love the Man of Steel and
I do
of
too.
Course, and
that's why I don't want to watch something that's I already sat through Smallville. Is this a prequel to Smallville? I don't. We're already sitting through Gotham, and it just kind of feels like DC is really just trying to get as much out there as possible without really thinking of the.
They just don't have a plan. That's the problem. They don't have a plan, and so as a result, there's just a lot of random stuff. I just, for one, am really excited about it because I just love the whole idea of it. There's a bunch of different houses. The House of L.
I'm looking forward to Black Lightning more than I'm looking forward to this. At least he's a character in the DC universe.
Well, but I just anyway.
Did you have you seen any of the trailers for Black Lightning?
No.
Because that starts on that comes back when the Flash and Legends come back on the same night. So it's going to be 3 DC shows on the CW that night. Eventually, one day, the CW will be all DC. Just all DC. It'll just be called the DCW.
And then there'll be CW2 that will actually play CW shows.
Nobody really wants to see.
It's just, for me, because it's a lot of it's to me, it's starting to feel, at least just based on this, the art direction, it does remind me of Man of Steel and just the same design.
I'm sure they're looking at it from
the
the designs that they did for the Zack Snyder film,
which just blows me away. I think that's just
is that Coruscant?
You know what? In that sense, too, Ben. One of the more exciting things for Man of Steel for me was that intro scene with Russell Crowe.
Yeah,
and just seeing Krypton from that particular angle.
But at least you got to see Jor-El. You're not going to see Jor-El in this show. He's not born for a long time.
Well, how long do? I mean, you being a well-read
Kryptonians, they're like humans, man. Their son. It's the only reason why Superman and Supergirl and other Kryptonians have powers on Earth is because of our environment. That's literally it. I love them. They're great characters. They're a lot of fun, and people love to hate them. Superman's way too powerful.
They do.
But you love Thor and the Hulk, so I don't understand where your point of view is. But I just. Yeah, their thing is they're aliens and our sun gives them power, but on Krypton, they're like humans, they're mortals. So I mean, it's like Clark Kent, in case you don't know, is like great grandfather. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know.
And you know what's going to bother me is they're going to bring Brainiac into that, and he's probably going to be a pretty big thing, but he shouldn't come around until much later.
Okay, see, that's I don't know. That's
I'm just going by Superman mythology.
I know, and I get that. But I think if they can do it well, it doesn't matter where things start. But that's just
it could be a good story in the sense of we were talking, doing a TV series for the Old Republic, and actually establishing the continuity.
That would still tie into Sith, and I mean, aside from Brainiac, it's not like they're going to deal with General Zod or any other Superman villains, But I kind of feel like, you might as well have just given it a different name and just made an original science fiction story. Like The Expanse, based on the books, but it's not. It's kind of an.
You're not a fan of The Expanse?
Oh, I like The Expanse. The Expanse is cool. A little slow, but cool.
I love it.
I'll tell you, I hate their haircuts. It just looks this is the problem with television, though. It's you can't anticipate the future, but within just a few years, everything looks dated from its era because it's like it's the future, but yet I've got an emo mall haircut with the bangs over here and shaved right there, which is really in now.
But all that stuff is cyclical, so it's like if it's like
it won't be in 100 years.
Yeah, right. But in 100 years from now,
I say
whatever,
go
it's
far
like,
out,
it's
man.
like,
Go
So
back
you're
to the
saying
50s,
mullet's
do
gonna
crazy
be,
hair,
like, off
and
to the
you know.
side one year, and then the mullet will be actually in front.
But
That happens.
But am I
It has
literally
happened.
am I literally the only one who like digs the at least the art direction here? I mean, this is like that's like straight out of Man of Steel, like right there, that's straight out of Man of Steel.
That's cool.
Just the same type of vehicles, the ships, everything.
Of course, it's on the Sci-Fi Channel budget, so it's not going to be that. I mean, it's not going to be that big,
Right.
as
Right.
good as far as the effects go. I'm sorry.
But look, check it out. It's just come on, right? Okay, bye. Okay, bye.
So that's 1 vote, 2 votes for. I'm probably not going to watch it. And I generally watch everything DC, but that's not what I'm looking forward to.
Anyway,
We don't judge.
I think you do.